Hey, what's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Hey, we're just grateful to be here, right? Make an impact and impact those all on our path, For me, America's favorite stock trader, we back again. We got a live day trading room where we on fire, and it's not just me, it's a team collectively together, and we keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, So I day trade, swing trade, and invest in the markets. I have three different wings, I like to call it, right? And then within each wing, you have different trading vehicles that one can choose. And the reason why is because we all have different risk preferences or tolerances. So one may manifest with you specifically, and then the person right next to you may resonate with something different. And they're all very powerful. Like I said, it just depends on what you're willing to risk on an individual trade. So today, I'm going to share with you why I called out some of the things that we called out in the markets based off our patterns and signals and how they're effective. And we're going to keep rolling, So I trade stock options, I trade futures, and I also invest in the shares and crypto coins. So whether you day trade, want to learn how to swing trade, or want to learn how to invest for yourself using this simple, repeatable process and pattern, then I recommend watching this because I'm going to touch base on them all. So first chart we got right here where the star's at. What we're looking for is we're looking for a candle to be green, a breakout, crooked line, breakout, and then we take the call. If it doesn't break out, we don't take nothing. Candles are red, we look to take a breakdown, and sometimes it happens, and today it didn't. Then we come out here, candles are green, we look to take a breakout. So I'm going to erase all these right here and kind of show you ES, right? My goal is to get the newer traders and the team green in the first 30 to 45 minutes, if not the first hour of the day, so that you can go on and do what you specifically want to do for the rest of the day, right? With the same system process. So coming into the market today, the candles were red right there. I wanted to take a breakdown here, and guess what? That never happened. Then price came up right there, hit this area. We drew a pivot line right on across. My line's crooked, as you can see. And then price reset. Then price came back, and I told him since the market's going to be volatile, go a tick or two above that. So that's why we had our entry line simply right here. And price came right up to that, and guess what? It immediately fell. And a lot of times in a volatile market, I like to get a little bit extra confirmation, something we talked about. So we simply didn't get nothing right there. Then price comes all the way back down here, almost hit it, but it didn't. This one hit it, same thing. We go a little bit less, a little bit underneath that. Let me get this again real quick. It basically did like a triple bottom. You go a little bit underneath it in this volatile market, and we bounce. There's nothing there. The first real trade happened right at the 45-minute mark today on ES. We took the breakout simply right here. It triggered. Here's your stop loss. Guess what? There's one winning trade. So you're 1-0 for the day. Then you come over here to NQs where the double star is, right? And this is a little bit more forgiving. We got some money quickly on it. Right out the gate. Coming in, we don't get nothing. Then this big candle hit the pivot. So I said, we have a signal here. If it does break out, it broke out right there. Down here, you would have been your stop loss. Recommended going lighter in today's volatility side. Really, your target is about right up there. But in this move, I recommended going risk-free. Why? It went from 315 to 358, right? That right there is about 40 NQ points. So my trail protected me, and I ended up getting a winner there. Then price comes back down, and it touches here. We called another breakout right here. And guess what? Bam, price floats on up. Then price reset, came back up. Here's another entry. And bam, guess what? Those three trades right there, the second trade went from 04 up to 41. That's 35 NQ points. This one happened so fast, they went from 308 up here to 68. That's 60 NQ points. At that point, you have three entries that you could have been done and went on and enjoyed your day. So ES, you had to wait a little bit, 1-0. NQ, guess what? 3-0, you good. But even price coming back down here, you could have taken a pivot break right there There's over 10. Price comes back down. You could have taken a pivot break there, and you would have got nicked out on that one. You would have got another pivot break there. You would have got a pivot break right there, and then you see what I'm saying? It's a very powerful technique, but what's the goal as day traders? The goal as day traders is to get green, stay green, and go enjoy the day. If you have a 100% win rate, why I tell them to get 1 or 2 winning trades, it's because we don't win 100% of our trades. So if you have a 100% win rate right here, right now, you can be done. You stop for the day, and you get to go and keep on pushing. So coming in over here to this next star, we did have a pivot break right here on CL. There was a breakout that someone could have taken, and then it hit the pivot here. Then you would have got a breakout right there, and price floated on up. So on this one right here, out the gate, we did get a winner. That felt good. But today, the market's down right now, 827 points to the red. So many people are panicking, and guess what? We're here with our arms crossed, waiting for the best qualified setup to present itself. Now, coming in here, options, right? Options was okay today, but once again, it was a little bit it was a little bit difficult, right? And like I said, we don't win every single trade, but we're very good at what we do. So coming into today, this first 5-minute bar hit it. You want to take a breakout? Nothing ever happened, If you used the pre-market area and took the breakout right here, yep, you would have taken a loss on that trade. So let's just say we're 0-1. Then price comes back down. It's red. Nothing happens. Green. Nothing happens. Then you get a breakdown right here to the downside, and guess what? You're good. Doesn't look like much, but basically 425 to 423. There's enough to get a 10-15% ROI. But it's lackluster, So today you went 1-0 or 0-1 for a break even and a loss if you took those 2 trades. Tesla, we've been on a huge win streak. We know it's due to do something crazy like this. The next trade that we called out was actually this right here. We called out a breakout right here. As you can see, when it pushed up, it didn't move a lot. It went from 850 up here to 856. A lot of us got a break even on that or a small winner. I think I got like $150. Typically what happens, and this is what happens right here. We use this AI Lotto high to get our contract, the 6890s today, and these have a high probability to go 50 to 100%. As you can see right there, you would have got that, but you would have to hold it through some drawdown, but that's okay. So a lot of people, myself included, we knew the market was going to be volatile. Instead of getting chopped out, guess what? We just protected ourselves, got a small winning trade. But it doesn't always happen like that. You could say a different day. I don't know where the candles are at. Let me see. They up here. So you could see different days where you end up getting like a breakdown and the candles are red. We get a breakdown right here. And as you can see, look how low we go. We come down. So we call it a lotto because we're willing to risk 50%. 60% of our trade to get, say, 25, 50, 75, 100% ROI. And we have about a 75% advantage or odds to get that, So that's basically how we day trade. I'm going in right in here to show you how we swing trade with the same tool and pattern over and over and over again. And I'm going to show you this, a real simple, repeatable process. So that's the day trading vehicles, right? We're going to swing on over to the swing trades and watch it go out of here. So a real simple, repeatable process and pattern. When the candles are green and the candle and an arrow is green, we come back at the end of the day. We have the software right on our phone, so anywhere in the world we could check out. This is much more relaxed. We could take that trade at the end of the day. We're looking to get expansion over the next 4-5 days, right? But within 10 days, because we're taking 4 weeks of expiration time. And when that happens, you can see price ends up pushing right to the upside when that happens. We don't win them all because look right here. If you took this trade right here, guess what? We fell. So you'd use the previous market structure as a stop out, right? And this would be a loser. So if we go back and calculate this for someone who is busy and owns a business, works a job, this is something that they can participate in with their plan right here. So you see right here, there's one winner, right? So we're looking to get $2 to $3 on the share side in our favor. When we have 4 weeks of expiration time, we can typically see 15 to 30% ROI. we're going risk free in a trail stop, and we keep on trucking along. Why do we do that? Because your account grows when you take profits consistently, for one. For two, you let the software help you and determine that we take trades in sync of the trend. So if you struggle with trend trading, this definitely helps you. And then number three, you get situations like this right here, where you'll get in at the end of the day at 691, and the next day it goes up to 694. It gaps up almost $4 or $5 in your favor. Well, let me ask you this. If you have 4 weeks of time, but your trade's up, say 35 or 40% overnight, why aren't you taking profits? And then guess what happens? If you don't, now you just went from a winning trade and now you're in a losing position. So that's why I really teach and educate people to take profits along the way so that you can grow your account. So now I'm going to show you, if you only traded this, there's one winning trade, there's two winning trades, there's three winning trades. Oh, here's a loser, 3 and 1, 4 and 1, 5 and 1, 6 and 1, 7 and 1, 8 and 1, 9, 10, 11 and 1, loser, 11 and 2, 12 and 2, 13 and 2, right? This one technically is a winner, but we're going to call it a loser. 13 and 3, 14 and 3, 15 and 3, 16 and 3, 17 and 3. 17 wins and 3 losers, all in the course of 6 months, right? Now, I'm a visual guy, so we're going to bring this up in our favor. 17 divided by 20 total trades, you have an 85% win rate. Now, question for you. Would you be happy with an 85% win rate? Absolutely. Why wouldn't you be, right? Second off, let's say every loss was 30%, right? And every win was only 25%, right? On an average. Because when we have a win like something like this where it gaps up, you're up almost 100%. So it brings your average of 15-20% up pretty significantly. And I'd say the average stop out for me is probably about 27-28%, and my average loser is about 25%. But I want to make things prepare for a worse scenario, just so you can see the power of this. So when you have 17 winning trades and you times it by a measly 25%, there's 425% ROI. Now, what do we do about those losers? Those 3 times 30, negative 30%, that right there is 90. So we're gonna minus this 90, and we actually have 335%. For people that have $100, right? For people that have $100 and they take $100 on every single one of these trades, your $100 is now $435. For those that have a $1,000 opportunity to take these trades, guess what? Your $1,000 over 6 months is worth $4,350, right? And those that have a $10,000 account, your account is, well, it's worth $43,000, right? 500. So let me ask you this: for those that could put in 10 grand of all these trades, you made $43,000 in 6 months. Not everybody has that, and I understand that, but you can get started with the potential of $100, and you just grown your account or your money you leveraged 335%, which is unheard of, right? People don't do that consistently, and we have an opportunity and a software that's powerful that we put an advantage or odds in our favor. Even if we undercut this and we go and do 200% in 6 months, guess what? The average hedge fund grows an account, right? Maybe 6 to 10% a month, right? The average S&P 500 move over the history of it is what, 8 or 9 or 10% ROI, right? Guess what? We're getting a higher ROI from a position point, and we're not putting all of our money into one trade ever. So our risk is actually a lot higher, if that makes sense. Now, when you trade with $100, guess what? The next 6 months, you might go with $200. Then the next 6 months, you might be able to go to $400 or $500. As your account grows, you can increase your risk, and that's how you attain, right, or create a path for true generational wealth. But that's just my opinion. So now we're going to go to the weekly time frame, right? And that's just one swing trading vehicle that we have. We have GBTC, which is Bitcoin, that we can buy shares in the market, and we have an opportunity to do something just like this, right? We have the opportunity to buy anytime that we have a buy signal, and this comes whenever it comes. Sometimes it's once a year, sometimes it's once in 2 years. So if we start in 2023, that's about a 3 year 23, 24, 25. We only had two opportunities to buy Bitcoin on the share side, right? And if you started with a measly $1,000 and you put all $1,000 into Bitcoin right here, your average price is $15. Well, up here, right at 30, right here's 30. Up here at 45, right here's 45. Up here at 60, 60 is right here. Up here at 60. Up here at 75 is right here. Up here at 90 is right there. So when you put $1,000 in the trade right here, up there it's now worth $2,000. Then $3,000. Then $4,000, right? You know what I'm about to tell you? When you have an investment that goes from 1,000 to 2,000, sell out, bring 1,000 back, and let $1,000 ride for free in the markets. Then that 1,000 here becomes 2, right? Bring another 1,000 back, and then that 1,000 from there becomes 2. Bring another 1,000 back. So now we just got 1, 2. We have $3,000, right, on the side account, while we have $1,000 in the market still. Then it resets. Then we buy in again here. You can put in 1,000 or $2,000, right? Let's just say we put in 1,000. So then we have a $2,000 side account, and we started this with 1,000 that went to 0 when we made our initial investment. So we have $2,000 on the side, and our first buy was right there. Second buy, it brings our average in about 30. So up here at 60, right here, right? We're 60. At 60, your 2K, right, is worth 30, 60 is worth 4K. You know, I'm about to tell you, sell out, bring 3K back. Now you have 5K. And then when you go to 60, right, or I'm sorry, right here is 60. Yeah, right there is 60. Up here, 85, right, or 75, price comes down. Up here to 90, your 1,000 is worth 2,000 again. Sell out right here and bring 1K back. Now you got 6K, right? Yeah, did I do that right? 60. So we had our buy in here at 30, 60, 90, right? That we had more money on the table, right? So now we have a pot of $6,000 on the side, and we're waiting for another buy opportunity, right? You see how powerful that is? Now I'm going to share with you right here over time, right? If you have $1,000 and you've grown it to $7,000 total, would you consider that a win in 2 to 3 years? Absolutely you can, right? Absolutely you can. So then I'm going to bring in another situation and show you a different segment of time. So we have $6,000 on the side, right? And you could easily put in $1,000 here and hold it, and it's worth 6,900 right now. 6,900. We'll just say 7K. So if you hodl or hodl, right, whatever you want to call it, your 1K is worth 7K right now, right? So with that being said, they're equally the same. Now, that doesn't always happen in this example, right? We outperform a typical hodler, and this is why. I did this purposely for this experiment, right? Now, let's cut into this segment right here. We have the buy. And remember, we have 7K. We got 6K on the side. Let's put 1K in here, and your average is 15 still. Well, 15 up here to 30 is 2K. Up here to 45 is 3K. Up here at 60, right there, it is all but 4K, right? Now, you have another buy right there. So now check this out. 1K goes to 2K. Sell out and bring 1K back, so we still got 6K, right? And then another 1K is made here of net profits. Another 1K is made here, so we're bringing 2K back. Now we got 8K on this side chunk. Then we reset, right, and get a buy. Well, if we had a buy here and a buy here, right, this brings our average price into right about $21. So once we hit $41, $42 right here, guess what? Your 2K is now worth 4K. Sell out, bring 3K back, so 7. Now we got $10,000. And then price comes all the way back down, and instead of 1K here where we started, you'd have 2K. So you would technically make an extra 3K on that first point, which would technically bring your 10K up to 12K overall. So really, when you smart invest over a larger time frame, we take $1,000 and we turn it into $12,000. Well, really $13,000 because we still got that free $1,000 riding. Now, this is where I'm going with this, right? Let's say you're team hodl, hodl, whatever you want to do. Guess what? You have $1,000 right here, and your 1,000 goes up here to 4,000, back to 2,000, 4,000, 2,000, 750. Fast forward up here to 7,000. So your 1,000 goes to 7,000, but my 1,000, right, goes to $13,000. Would you rather have a $13,000 account or a $7,000 account? And that's why we smart invest. So I just want to throw a curveball on you guys today. Happy Tuesday. Here you go. Let's shake and bake. Let's rock and roll. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a blessed one. Catch me on the next one. If this interests you, just comment me in the comments, and I'll send you an invite to our community, and I'll show you how we trade before anything ever happens. So with that being said, you guys have a blessed one. Catch me on the next one. Beast Mode out.